we were at a 24-hour fitness and we were playing ball. And it was on a fast break. I had the ball. This dude comes up, and on the fast break, I grab. They pass it to me. I grab the ball, and as I'm about to turn around, this guy steps on my foot, shoulder checks me, sends me fucking flying, dude. And I got so mad. I turned around and I started socking the wall behind us because I just went red and I was so pissed. And I fucking chucked the ball and I was stomping over to the guy. And Jason cracked up because I didn't realize this at the time, but I was so angry. But as I'm about to sock this dude in his face, he goes, "I'm so sorry, man." And my sock turned into a hug. And I was like, "It's all good, bro." And I tapped him on the back. "It's all good, man." And I just cooled down super fast. And Jason was cracking up laughing.
So your kryptonite is apology.
Apologies.
But like genuine apology.
Because think about it. If in that moment after he shoulder checks me, I come up and I sock him in his face after he apologizes, how big of an asshole am I? I'm the biggest asshole on earth.
I've been attacked because I've apologized.
Really?
Because they sense weakness.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah.
Shit.
What
That
the
guy's
fuck?
a dick.
Who
is he? Let's jump him.
No, I was in high school, but I was like,
What was his name? Were you Joe
forgot.
Mama back then?
No. That was junior high. But I forgot what it was. But then I started to smell that people will fight. They would actually attack you harder because now they know they can fuck you up.
Oh, it gives him confidence.
That's a bad person.
Yeah.
That's a bad
But
person.
it was so prevalent, like back in the day.
Oh,
Yeah.
that guy was, he said sorry in the most nicest way possible. He goes, "Dude, I'm so sorry." I went, "Oh man, it's all good, brother."
Oh man.
I started singing Christian hymns right after.
Yeah.
Light of the world, you stepped down. But but I remember Jason was cracking up after that. And then fucking Joseph Vincent, I think he avoided me for like a month because he got freaked out.
Yeah.
Because I don't think he's used to like violence.
Well, dude, if I just saw a random person just start punching a wall, and all the stories that you tell me where you get really upset, the common theme is that you get so crazy and you start punching walls.
Because when I was in, okay, so let me explain that shit for a second.
Which is fine.
You don't punch walls?
I punch pillows.
So when I was a kid, and this is like
those fucking
Yeah.
this is like elementary school shit, right? So I had to go through like school therapy because I had anger problems. Like, just growing up as a kid, my house was pretty violent, so I was very violent, and I didn't know how to control my anger. And I got removed from my elementary school from fighting too much. I almost got removed from the second elementary school that I went to, and it was because I would always start throwing fists. And the main reason why is because I used to get bullied. But my dad would tell me, "Hey, if you're gonna get bullied, or if somebody's gonna try to bully you, you better make sure that you're the most difficult person to bully." So I would just start fighting back, and if I'm the guy that's not gonna take your shit, you're gonna find somebody else to bully instead of me. And that's what would happen. So, but because of that, violence became an answer for everything. So when I hit junior high, I tried to calm down a bit, but I had this fucking pent up anger. So the only thing I could do instead of hitting somebody was punch other things.
Yeah.
So it ended up being a bad habit. So every time I got angry, instead of just start swinging at people, I would just sock things. And I remember the first time that I got caught in school punching shit, it was like this water fountain. I was drinking water and I got so fucking angry because I got sent outside. I just went to go drink some water. I just started pounding my fist into the fucking fountain, and then my hand just swelled the fuck up, and I had to go home because I couldn't use my hand.
Oh, Jesus Christ, David. So
Yeah, and so you can see this hand. This hand's all fucked up too because I always use my right hand and not switch it to the left like an idiot. But this hand's all. I can't do this. So if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, these two go up together.
that right hand is battle tested though. It's battle hardened.
This shit hurts. Well, I can't bring these up separately. They have to come up together. So I don't know what happened, but I know I had a fracture. I fractured this in college.
From punching
Barroom.
something?
That's a barroom fracture.
Well, and so this is the weird college story was that when I was in college, this is when I was trying to, just really better myself as a human being. But
Lame.
Punch the wall instead.
Lame.
So there was this girl named Nellie. She was in my dorm, and in college, there's this. When you take a math class and then you have the thing afterwards. I forgot what it's called. It's
Like workshop or something?
workshop, right?
Yeah.
So you have to lecture in the workshop. So
It's an advisory or something.
there was this kid who I think he was like a bully in high school or some shit. But the way he was kind of carrying himself, he was carrying himself like an asshole.
Like he was too cool for school.
Yeah. So Nelly, this is before the TA came in and he was going to go over the material. But Nelly, he was hitting on Nelly. Nelly was fucking fine as fuck from what I remember. She was fucking cute. She was like this Middle Eastern girl. And this dude was hitting on her and she wasn't really having it. And she was like telling him to leave her alone. Like, I'm not really interested. And then he just started like harassing her. And like, mind you, I'm like this dweeby kid, glasses and whatever, but I'm a big guy. And I'm like, hey man, just leave her alone, right? And then this guy, I don't know if he got embarrassed or he felt a little weird about it. But as I was sitting down at my desk, he was sitting in front of me. He turns his desk around, faces me, and he goes, well, now you're going to be my best friend. I remember that line. He goes, you're going to be my best friend.
Such a fucking lame
and
bullshit.
You know, like when people say that shit, you kind of don't know what to say.
It sounds like he went to like Saved by the Bell
or some shit, right?
What kind of high school is that?
Yeah, he's Karate Kid.
So number one,
he's the bad guy,
Karate Kid bully.
Yeah.
So number one, I never grew up with this type of shit, right? So, you know, growing up.
What was he? Was he white?
He's a white guy, of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah.
That's white shit. That's
That
white
kind of
people shit.
bullying is like, I will slap you across the face, man. What the fuck?
Yeah. And so
Immediately, I'll just pop.
Saved by the Bell.
So he's like this white boy, and he comes up and he goes, now we're gonna be best friends. And I'm like kind of like confused.
What does that mean?
What the fuck does that mean? And I'm sitting there kind of confused.
That's the guy from the Breakfast Club.
And then I just look at the dude and I go, I need you to move away from me. Right. And he goes like, no, man, we're best friends now. And he's like sitting there just leaning over on the desk, like smiling at me.
Pompous.
And the smiling makes me angrier and angrier. So I just get up and there's like a wall next to me. I just start slamming my fucking fist into it. And it was a wall. I remember it was plaster. There was plastic and then plaster. And then there was like a beam behind it. And I didn't know there was a beam there. So I just cracked the wall until I hit the beam. And when I ripped it out, there was blood just gushing out from my fucking hand. And I sat down. And I just kept staring at him, and the guy got his shit and he left the class. And oh my God. And then so this was actually during Halloween weekend. And so I was bleeding all over the place.
They thought it was like prosthetics and shit.
Or some shit. No, so this is what happened. I was bleeding, and when I was walking out the class, I guess I left like this trail of blood. And the TA was asking who the fuck, you know, put the hole in the wall and all this other shit, but nobody said anything. They didn't rat me out, thank fucking God. But when I went back to my dorm, the TA looked at my hand and started laughing because they thought it was a Halloween prank.
Oh my God.
But I think that's when I fractured these two things here because I didn't
all
hit
to
with,
prove that point.
I know, but I didn't punch him.
That's a dope way to do it, though. Honestly,
Really?
That's out of a movie,
I should
bro.
have punched him in his fucking
Nah,
face.
because that dude, he's never gonna look at you the same way.
He never
ever
came
again.
back to that class. He dropped out of that class. So,
Yeah.
You traumatized him.
He was such a fucking asshole, dude. Like what kind of dude just
That's
makes
true, because if you hit him, he would have probably sued.
Oh, for sure.
He's probably one of those fuckers.
Sure would have sued you.
I should have socked
You're
him.
such a good Christian, dude.
I know, dude. I didn't punch that guy.
Yeah, I was wrong about you, David. So
Thank you, man. I try to be the best human being that I can be. And, you know, when I look back at that type of, I don't have that type of anger anymore where I just flip out and start punching shit anymore. But just,
There's not a little bit of that living
There's a
inside
little.
of you.
it depends if Mariel does it to me.
See, a lot of mine came back when I started fighting in relationships.
Well, because they're the
I thought
only
it was
ones that
gone.
could take us there.
Yeah. I thought it was not there anymore, and I thought I was fine until we start arguing. Then the walls start getting
You just gotta
designing.
you get potholes in the wall.
I know, it's like, post-apocalyptic look, you know? I'm going for that fucking Book of Eli look.
Dude, you just gotta get a pillow and just be like, just scream right into it every time you fucking get super pissed.
I've been managing my anger much better now.
That's good.
Yeah.
How do you do it?
I feel it out instead of thinking it out. So if I feel it and I notice that it's there, I move it down and then I let it melt and it's just a feeling because I kept trying to think it out. And then I got better and better at it by
So you
sparring.
accept the anger.
Yeah, well, like just recognizing that the feeling needs to go. Like I think sparring and fighting and all those things just help me because I can't think clear and I get more frustrated when I'm doing that.
Exercise.
Or like,
That's what it is.
it's not. It's like if you can overcome dealing with irritation and fear during sparring or something like that, right? And then it's like because you have to do that in order to think clear.
Yeah.
You got to use that for the same situation. So if I am in that moment and I'm ruminating over thoughts and I'm like, okay, stop thinking because all the words that are coming out of your head is going to be bad.
Yeah.
And it's going to drive you to that point. And you just got to like melt into what you do and try to drive that energy downwards and then calm it.
Damn, dude.
Yeah.
That's a
It's
good way to
hard.
do it.
It's fucking hard. I didn't know that was you can do that, but I do that for when I'm fighting because sometimes you just gotta like take the hits.
You gotta embrace it.
And when you feel yourself panic, I'm sure like you're you know what this is all about. But like I just started recognizing like, oh shit, I'm actually panicking when I didn't know that I was panicking, and it might not show it, but then it's like not helping me in my game, and I have to just kind of like figure out how to be there. Yeah,
that's just hard. I feel like my anger now comes from more frustration than it comes from like some kind of external factor.
It's internal. Like it's like you can't figure something out, so then you get mad or something.
Yeah,
like
I get frustrated, and that
Yeah.
turns into anger.
Yeah.
And I think I get upset at myself because it's super childish. It's very
petty.
It's very, very fucking petty, dude.
That's me like road rage.
Yeah.
I have road rage, and I need to fucking shut that shit down because
That's dangerous. You're gonna hurt people on the road, man.
I know. I just get really frustrated with certain people that are just careless. Like if somebody, like I've been in the car before, and if somebody almost hits us, like it's really fucking close, I see like red. I get really upset.
Do you look at the driver and you go, "Oh, they're just old. It's okay."
No, you know what? Sometimes, but it's just like I just need them to acknowledge, like kind of what you talked about.
Yeah,
I just need them to just be like, "Yo, I fucked up," because in my head, I'm like a couple inches away. I could have died.
Especially because he drove a Miata. He would have died.
I drove a small, like fucking tiny car.
Fuck that car, by the way.
Yeah, it's done with.
I don't know. I feel like the road is just like a danger zone.
Yeah.
So if shit happens, I'm like, all right, whatever. That's just a stroke of luck, right?
Yeah.
But what gives me road rage is people that try to be tough in their car.
That's another thing. That's another thing.
I was about to go meet this guy in Hawaii, and we were going to the airport, and I was in the car with my girl, and then this guy just honking behind me, right? And then he drives up, and he rolls down his window, and I'm thinking, oh shit, he needs help or something. So I'm like, what's going on? And he's like, why don't you learn how to drive? Is what he tells me.
Yeah.
And then I look at him, and I shit you not, the first thing is, pull the fuck over. We're gonna fucking fight, motherfucker. And he just looks at me like this.
See?
And then he just slow, like I'm trying to be like drive next to him like that.
Yeah.
I'm yelling, and then like the light turns green, right? I'm just like trying to match my speed with him. So he doesn't try to stop. And I'm like, go, we're pulling over. Just fucking pull over. Like I'm not gonna have a conversation with you.
Yeah.
And then this fool just completely stops while the road is all going.
Yeah.
And then he goes behind me and he fucking makes a right.
See, that's the thing. It's like if there wasn't this barrier, you would never talk to another human being like that.
Yeah, I mean,
to a certain point,
I feel like why would you even confront someone
if you're not going to do something about
speak to them aggressively and insult them if you're not ready to die?
Yeah, if you don't have that same energy, right? Like,
Yeah, because I don't know. I always think like if I'm ready to confront someone and give them that kind of energy, I'm ready to die.
Yeah.
Like, because you don't know if that person is armed. You don't know if they're crazy. You don't know if they have a knife. You don't know. Even in a fist fight, things and accidents can happen where like they could get a lucky sucker punch, but your head goes down. And I know someone that died this way.
Yeah.
She was at a party, and then she got into a fight, and then her head hit the curb. She had a brain, what do you call it? Like a
Aneurysm or
concussion
something?
aneurysm, and then she died.
Yeah.
And so like
It's very
like,
common, actually.
it's
Stuff
like-
like that shit happens all the time.
and then he was an older middle-aged white guy
That's
in a
the other
fucking
thing.
Prius. So to me, I'm like, okay, I gotta remember they work in a different world. You know, they could yell and be aggressive
And
to
nothing
each
happens.
other,
Yeah.
but they don't get into violence because that's against the law. They